Hello, I'm Lynn Wells, and today we're going to be making a great summer recipe, shrimp and pasta. Let's get started. The first thing you'll want to do is find a nice large size shrimp that's got the tail and legs intact. And in peeling that, you'll just grab the legs, pull the shell over the meat, and I leave the tail on. That's personal preference, but it does add more flavor to the dish. The next thing you'll want to do is find the digestive tract, and you just want to make with a nice clean smooth knife cut, that knife cut right in the back of the shrimp, and make sure the shrimp is clean before you cook it. So for this recipe I'm using a pound of shrimp. I like getting the shrimp as fresh as I can get it. North Carolina shrimp is some of the sweetest shrimp you'll ever find. This recipe calls for 4 whole garlic cloves, and I like to use fresh garlic. Lay it flat on the cutting board and with my hand and the knife, and then it's much easier and quicker to get into a fine mince. I'm going to add a tablespoon of butter on medium heat. All right, once the butter has melted, I'm going to add the fresh chopped garlic. Make sure you don't overcook the garlic once you're sauteing it in with the melted butter, or it could make your whole dish taste bitter. Add 1/4 cup of dry white wine. I can smell the aroma now. I'm also going to add a cup of seafood stock. Turn up the heat from medium to about medium high. Add 2 tablespoons of all-purpose flour, and you'll just stir that around, whisking briskly until all the flour has absorbed, creating a nice thick rich sauce. I'm going to add 8 ounces of softened cream cheese. This is going to help form a nice rich cream sauce to our shrimp and pasta and be really nice coating for the pasta. Add grated Parmesan cheese, a cup of light cream, and 2 tablespoons of butter. Just a pinch of salt. Remember, the shrimp is already a little salty from Mother Nature. Add a cup of fresh cherry tomatoes that have been cut in half, and the shrimp. You don't want to overcook the shrimp, but just when it starts to turn pink on both sides and starts to curl, that's when you know your shrimp is finished. I'm also going to add some freshly cracked black pepper. So now my shrimp have curled up, so I know they're hot, and it's the perfect thickness consistency. So now I'm just going to take my cooked penne pasta, and the ridges in the penne is going to help capture some of the sauce so that it adheres to the pasta much better than, say, a spaghetti noodle or a rigatoni. And the smell is so good. Now, before I get too far, I'm going to taste my sauce and make sure that I've got a nice level of salt and pepper. You can really taste the wine and the salt and the pepper and the shrimp. So once you've plated this up, you want to sprinkle some fresh parsley on top, and then some toasted pine nuts, which are going to add a nice sweet crunchy texture to your creamy pasta and shrimp dish. And the finishing touch will be just a little bit of Parmesan, and you are all set to go. Now, ready to taste. It's perfect.